are Kuma, and we are doing Witchy Reads. We are continuing to read from The Everyday Psychic by the lovely and amazing Karen Harrison. I think that book, just before we get into it, I really think it's a good book for beginner witches, as well as just people who are practicing their psychic abilities and trying to understand it a little bit more. This is one of the books I would recommend for you guys, as well as people who've been doing it for like a long time and have a lot of experience. There's also some things that you can learn from as well. It's for all ages and all types of people, which is really nice. Another book that we'll probably read in the future is called The Psychic Witch by, I believe, Matt Aldrin. And he is really good at this one too. Like those two books are a few of them that I would recommend for you guys. Anywho, we've read the introduction and chapter 1 of The Everyday Psychic. Now we're going to be doing chapter 2, and we're just going to be kind of reading chapter by chapter. I'm also going to add in a few commentaries about like, hey, this is also something you should try because this, that, and the third. If y'all can bear with me and you're okay with those types of readers like myself, then hopefully you enjoyed this video. All right. Without further ado, let us get this party started. Chapter 2. All right. Opening your intuition, building a strong foundation for your psychic work. Now, y'all are going to think that I'm kind of silly, but it helps me to have like a bookmark to read because sometimes the words get a little jumbled up and I kind of switch it around a bit. I'm not really big on dyslexia, but I do have a bit of it. So, yeah. Anyways, that's going to be fun. Chapter 2, opening your intuition, building a strong foundation for your psychic work. The trick to being psychic is very simple. You need to be able to hear and listen to your inner voice clearly. I shouldn't read without my glasses, but we're doing it. We're doing it. The trick of being psychic is very simple. You need to be able to hear and listen to your inner voice clearly in order to receive the information that is being offered to you via your psychic senses. Learning to meditate teaches you how to quiet your thoughts and center your focus and concentration so that your inner voice can speak clearly to you and so that you are ready to listen. In addition, the practice of meditation teaches you how to enter the alpha brainwave consciousness purposefully. In the alpha brain state, you focus and awareness is on your internal experience, feelings, intuitions, and creative thoughts because your electrical brainwave patterns are moving at a slower frequency or rhythm. Scientists and physicians who study the human brain have discovered that in generally produce I'm sorry. I don't give this book enough attention, so this is going to be a little bit rough. Okay, study the human brain have discovered that it generally produces brainwaves in 4 basic classifications. Beta, our normal waking conscious brain. So what we are right now. Okay, we're in the beta state. Waking consciousness state when we are focused on task or memorization exhibits brainwave frequencies between 12 to 38 hertz. The alpha brainwave state humans experience during meditation and in times of relaxed creativity with a frequency of 8 and 13 hertz. Theta, the brainwave state we experience in between waking and sleeping when we are just coming out of our dreams with frequency between 4 to 8 hertz. And delta, when the brain is in deep sleep or unconscious mode. with frequency below 4 hertz. Hz is the abbreviation for hertz, which is the unit of frequency measuring the change in a state or cycle of a sound wave, alternating currents or other cis, cis, cyclic, cy- okay. Well, let's just see now. So psych, cyclical. It's the best way I can say it. Waveform. In this case, the electromagnetic activities of the brain of one cycle per second. All right, now let us see. Being in the relaxed alpha brainwave mode of consciousness allows you to have a clear bridge of communication between the right hemisphere of your brain, the place of creativity. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I know that I'm being a little bit of a butt. I lost my place. Ah, there we are. The right side of your brain, the place of creativity and psychic sensitivity, and the left hemisphere of your brain, the place of logic, linear thinking, and perceptions. Meditation and centering allows for a clear channel of communication between the two halves of the brain, which will bring you clarity, insight, and understanding of the psychic information you receive. Now, when I speak about your inner voice, keep in mind that you may get your psychic information in a different way than hearing it inside your head. Sometimes you may just get a flash of information and suddenly simply know something. You may have a vision that could have complete be a complete scenario, or it may be simply a symbol or a face that you will need to work with as you interpret the meaning further. You may hear a quiet voice in your mind which gives you information. You may receive psychic information via your dreams. It does happen. I think if you have dreams, if you have visions, right, and you have visions through your dreams, my advice to you guys is either have a recording of your dreams so that way you know, like, in case it happens. Because for me, my visions come through dreams. I hear them and I sense them and things of that nature, and that's also a thing that I have. But a lot of times it's through dreams and daydreaming that I get things. And I've learned to kind of like remember what it feels like to kind of wake up but still be sleepy, to remember everything that the dream is going. It also helps you get your senses a little better as well. But yeah, if you have it, I recommend Dream Journal. You don't have to write it down if you don't want to. I record mine on my phone. And then I also say how I feel about that day, and it helps me get a lot of things off my chest so that way I can feel like more clean. And I also have recordings of my visions and things because sometimes it's straightforward, but a lot of times there's a lot of like symbolism in there. So just, putting it out there. If you want to try it, you can. All right. There we are. Sometimes you may just have a flash of information and suddenly simply know. Sometimes you may have a vision that can be a complete scenario, or it may be simply a symbol or a face that you will need to work with as you interpret its meaning further. You may hear a quiet voice in your mind, which gives you information. You may receive psychic information via your dreams. You may use a psychic tool such as tarot or I Ching and interpret the cards or the throw of the coins. You may use a scrying mirror or a crystal ball to physically see scenes, images, symbols, colors, or numbers. You might employ a pendulum and use it to gain answers by the direction that it moves. There are many ways to obtain psychic impressions, intuit answers, and receive specific information that will help yourself or others. When I use the term inner voice, I am talking about accessing the part of yourself that receives, interprets, and recounts information, not obtaining, I'm sorry, information not obtained from your everyday material world or physical senses. It doesn't matter the method by which you get the information or how it may be presented to you. The important point is that you pay attention and take note of the information that you receive. Your inner voice is like any other part of you. The more you use it, the stronger and more skilled it gets. Excuse me, everyone. And more skilled it gets at giving you information. The less you use it or pay attention to it, the more it atrophies and weakens. Every day is a every day is a born psychic. Everybody. I'm sorry, I was about to say that does not make sense. Every day. Okay. Shit. Um sorry. Everybody is born psychic. See, I do believe that. I believe everybody has the ability and the gift. I don't think you have to be born into a special family to have this ability. I think you just have to train yourself for it. Some people believe it like only certain people can do this. They're there, they exist. No, you can train yourself, you can teach yourself to do this. Anybody can. Everybody is born a psychic. You, me, everyone. It's a natural ability and part of what it means to be human. Some people are born with such a strong inner voice that they can't help but hear it. These people, if not trained, may not be able to understand that they are getting what they're getting, but the voice is strong. If they don't understand why they're having these visions or why they can feel emotions and thoughts so strongly, from others, they might work hard to shut it down, but it will always be there ready to communicate again. Learning to hear your inner voice is like learning to play an instrument, becoming skilled in a becoming skilled at a sport or mastering anything. What you have to do is acknowledge the desire and then practice the discipline and then practice some more. The more you practice anything, the more skilled you become. It's exactly the same with developing and honing your innate human psychic skills. The ability to meditate is essential to clearly hearing your inner voice. If you cannot quiet your mind, relax, center yourself, and focus, you will find that trying to access your inner voice and listening to what it has to tell you will be frustrating experience. Yes, it will. I hated meditation when I started, but my sister got me into it, and it really does help. It helps when I'm doing like a lot of readings or I'm counseling other people. It also helps me like sleep better and just kind of have like my thoughts a little bit more channeled. And I use meditation not to clear my mind, but to get my thoughts together. Because I think when we think about meditation, we really think about emptying it all out. Yeah, you are, but you're also getting your stuff together. I use it to relax because I have so much thoughts and so much things that I need to do that I just kind of take that time to relax, organize myself, work on what I need to focus on, take some time, talk through things that are maybe slowing me out. It's just like sometimes just to like get myself together kind of thing, like a staff meeting with yourself, right? It's kind of like that. It works, all right? Meditation saves lives because if you don't meditate, you may just outgrow. out there being absolutes, right? Just doing too much. Anyway, I know, unpopular opinions. But yeah, sure, you will still be able to get the occasional psychic hit, but it will come sporadically. Okay, so rushed and spread out. And I bet it will come when you are daydreaming or in that half sleep relaxed alpha brain state before you begin to drift into sleep at night. Or as you wake up in the morning, you will have a psychic experience at times when you are inadvertently, so not paying attention or unaware, in a slightly altered, quieter state of mind. If you want to use your psychic skills dependably and conscious in a conscious way, you'll learn the basics of meditation. Sometimes when people hear the word meditation, they have a mistaken notion that they have to commit a lengthy process in order to achieve a mental state. She's not wrong there, man. She's not wrong. I love how honest she is when she's writing, because she really just puts it out there, and that's really cool. Um, we all thought about it, so you know. Lengthy process in order to achieve a mental state of complete, total sublimation and control of our conscious mind. Not at all. No, you don't have to chant mantras or be able to keep your mind absolutely blank for 10 minutes or more. I'm talking about creating a meditative state of mind where you are calm, relaxed, and receptive. A state where you can focus on just one thing for a few minutes at a time, allowing your quiet thoughts to examine that one thing, considered it, and explored it. As you do this, your breathing will naturally slow, your body will relax, and you will feel at great ease. You will feel at great ease. This thing that you are focusing on can be an image, a question, a feeling, a sensation, or a concept. Now, speaking of exercises, we are going to be doing our exercise number 8, the 5-minute breathing meditation. Okay? Just give me a moment. I'm going to be bad and eat something, so. All right, guys. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, I cursed quite a bit. I know that's an unappealing factor, but here we are. All right. Okay. So, whoosh. Come on now, man. Work for me. Please. Thank you. So, like I was saying, I'm sorry, I'm not going to crisscross applesauce. So, for this meditation, right, I'm going to say this. Get yourself into a quiet place before doing these exercises. Now, if you're like driving and you need to have like a quick meditation, fine. You don't have to close your eyes or whatever, but it works better if you have a quiet place, right, where you're not going to be interrupted. If you have your phone, set it for 5 minutes. When you begin these meditation practices for the first time, it's going to take a little longer than 5 minutes to get yourself into like a more relaxed, at peace state of mind where you're just like, you know what? I know like my generation calls it zenning or whatever. but just having that place where you're just at peace. You're relaxed, there's nothing to worry about. It's fine. Make sure you have a quiet place that you like to go to when you're doing these exercises, because I feel like if you have to do it with a lot of people, you may not get as relaxed as you should be just because of all the things that are happening. Alarms work for meditations because if you're like me, you'll always check your phone to see if you passed the time. The alarm will let you know. That way you don't have to worry about it. Anyways, those are just tips and tricks. They're going to say this on this book too. So, exercise 8, 5-minute breathing meditation. Let's get into it. Yes. This Try this. Sit or lie in a comfortable position. Begin by focusing your attention solely on your breath. Pay attention to your breathing. As you inhale, so breathing in through your nose, guys, out through your mouth. Feel the air entering your body, filling your lungs, and letting your body begin to relax. The focus on Focus on your breath as you exhale. Breathe out through your mouth, feeling it leaving your lungs and your body relaxing even further. More breathing and slowly through your nose. So, it helps, but like that. So, now breathing in slowly through your nose, holding your breath softly for 4 counts. So you hold it for 4, just not 4 minutes, not 4 seconds, just count to 4 while you hold it. So go in for 4, hold for 4, then out for 4. Breathe out slowly through your mouth. Don't breathe for 4 counts. Sorry, I was wrong when I said that. I do it that way, but it doesn't mean that you have to. Do this simple exercise for 5 minutes. I suggest putting on a timer so that you don't keep looking at your phone or watch, thereby losing your focus. If you succeed in paying attention only to your breath, you have just meditated for 5 minutes. Do this exercise twice a day for 2 days. You don't need to make a big production out of it, but you do need to meditate on your breath at least twice a day. After you have done this exercise a few times a day for a week, you will know your body you'll know in your body what it feels like to be relaxed, and you will know how it feels to be relaxed in your mind. And you'll have the ability, as you begin a focused breath, how to instantaneously center an alpha brain wave state. All right. I will try really hard to remember, guys, to also post these exercise on my channel, like on posts, so y'all can like look at it and also have these exercises to do without having to like hear me read it through, right? Yeah. All right, let me have some tea. We're going to do exercise 9 now, okay? Exercise 9, meditation and visualization. The next step is to add a thought, a saying, a color, or an image on, to your focus. Hold on now, let us try this again. I feel like I misread it. Exercise 9, meditation and visualization. The next step is to add a thought, a saying, a color, or an image to your focus as you breathe in to your slow 4 counts rhythm. As you begin your breath, allow your focus to engage itself with a relaxing thought, a positive memory, your favorite color, or the image of the clouds drifting in the sky. As you do your breathing for the next 5 minutes, casually examine that thought, relive that memory, breathe in your favorite color, or watch the clouds drifting by in your mind's eye. You will find that as you examine the thought or relive a favorite memory, images will spontaneously come into your mind. Having to do having to do with the thought or memory. This is a process called visualization. Seeing something within your mind's eye, experience the focused realization in your exercise twice a day for 2 days. Now it is time to move on to the first step of developing a relationship with your inner voice. Just like a person, your inner voice will stop speaking to you if you don't listen to it. Oh, it's still there, but there's no point in talking to you. You are ignoring it. If you have been oblivious to your inner voice for a length of time, you will need to reinitiate the dialogue with your inner voice. With this next exercise, you will begin the conversation. Okay. I'm sorry. I have to always move around. Jesus, my knees hurt. Is this what happens when you get into your 30s? Your joints just stop fucking working? I mean, it's amazing that I'm going to be 30, like, next month. I don't even look it, but dang, my body feels it. Anywho, exercises. Exercise 10, question and answering meditation. Start by doing your meditative breath. I've misread it. Exercise 10, question and answer meditation. Start by doing your meditative breath a minute or so into that exercise. Pose a random question to yourself, asking yourself a question inside your head. Then simply continue your meditative breath. Your question could be as simple as, what is something I need to be paying attention to in my life? Or perhaps you may be juggling a couple of job offers, currently, ask which job suits me the best. Or may just let your or you may just let your mind completely surprise you and ask a question that comes out of the blue. The important thing here is to ask the question and then continue meditative breath. This gives your inner voice some space to answer you as you remain quiet, relaxed, and focused. Pay attention to how you get your answers. Do you hear it inside your thoughts or outside of yourself? Do you receive a picture, a scene, a symbol, or an image? Do you get a feeling somewhere in your body that gives you your answer? Do you receive a scent that has a meaning to you or a taste that gives you information? Do you just suddenly know that the answer to your do you just suddenly know the answer to your question? There are several ways you may receive your answer. I feel like there's 8, but there could be 7 clear senses. I'm not coming against her. I'm just saying I think there's 8 clear senses. But there's different types of ways to obtain information through your psychic ability and through that more aspect, you know what I mean? So it's 7 or 8 clear senses that you can get your information from, which at some point in time we'll go into. But we're not going to go into this. Well, we're going to in this book, but like you'll see it. You'll hear about the different types later on in the chapters and things. All right. There are several ways you may receive your answer. You may see a picture in your mind that symbolizes the thing you need to be paying attention to, or the logo of the company that would be the better job offer for you to take. You may just suddenly have all information that you need and an answer to your question, a quick flash of inspiration. You may hear that inner voice in your head as it gives you the answer. The scent you smell or taste you experience may bring back to you a long lost memory of something that is associated with your question. thereby giving you the answer, or you may get nothing at all. That happens. If that happens, there is nothing to worry about or become frustrated over. The answer will typically come to you spontaneously in the next day or two. It may come in the next few days, or even a week. A few days in a sudden knowing through a vision, or in a quiet answer inside your mind. Your answer may come in a dream, or in that time when you are just awakening, and your brain is moving into an alpha state. After sleeping, this alpha state is the best state for psychic work, and is part of what you are working to achieve by practicing meditation. The brain is awake, aware, and focused, while being relaxed, creative, and receptive. What you want to develop for your psychic work is the ability to deliberately alter your mental activity and brainwave state to that of an alpha or even deeper theta brainwave state at will and with intention. So, in other words, through meditation and practice breath, right, you'll be able to get your mind to that place where you are relaxed, and you're also being able to like accept and welcome information that are coming in, or just to have even a more better way for it. So that's good. All right. Once you have psychically, for some strange reason, physically and psychically to me spells the same. I know it's not, but to me it's the same, so I apologize. We are going to be troubling on some words, man, so if y'all can bear with me, that would be great. Once you have psychically received a response to your question, the next step is to act on the answer, letting your inner voice know that you have heard and understood it is important, but just as important, it is to acknowledge that information by doing something with it or about it and acting upon the wisdom you have received. Each time you receive psychic information, acknowledge your inner voice and then act on the information. In this way, you will find that the inner voice of your subconsciousness is encouraged to give you the answers that you are seeking and will be ready to interact. With your conscious mind again, each time you do this, your senses will be strengthened, and you will be working to develop the tool in acquiring information above and beyond your five physical senses, your sixth sense. Now we're going to go into exercise 11, okay? Grounding and centering, connecting your energy to the Earth's magnetic field. Grounding is a term used to describe a process of aligning your energy field with the energy field or aura of the Earth, creating a strong connection and keeping an open flow between yourself and that power. The process is very simple. Unplug your phone, turn off any distractions like the radio or television. You can play some quiet, calming meditation or classical music in the background, however, if you like, and give yourself a few minutes when you will not be interrupted. Sit comfortably in a and sit comfortably and place both of your feet flat on the floor, with your forearms and hands resting relaxed on the arms of the chair. You are sitting in, or with your hands placed palms down to your thighs. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say, I don't know if you can be like just standing or if you're gonna need a chair for this. So, I say take it as you want it. All right, begin to breathe slowly and deeply to a count of four. Inhale your, to a count of four. Hold on. Bring to the breath. Bring to breathe slowly and deeply to count of four. Inhale to a count of four. Hold, then exhale to the count of four. So basically, you're going to go in for four through your nose, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, up to your nose. Hold for four. You can count it or just, have it slowly there. And then go out through your mouth. You're not going to breathe in and out through your nose. You're going to go in through your nose, hold, and out through your mouth. It will slow you down. It will calm your breathing. It will relax you a lot better. Because this is something that I do from time to time when I'm doing like elemental grounding. Inhale to count of four, then exhale to the count of four. With each inhalation, breathing in, imagine that you are breathing in vitality, light, softness, and awareness. So in with the positivity, energy, and wellness of it, right? Then you're going to breathe out the negativity and ugliness. With each elaboration with each exhalation, imagine that you are exhaling any stress or imbalance. Breathe in, hold, exhale. With your first inhalation, place your focus on the soles of your feet, where they are resting on the floor, and the backs. And the backs of your legs as they rest in the chair. As you breathe in vitality, light, softness, and awareness, begin to draw the energy into your feet. So you're going to be connecting to the earth. Think of yourself as a root, okay? Think of yourself as a tree or a plant, and your feet are the roots. Your legs are kind of like the stem or the trunk, and it goes up to your torso, to your chest, and to your arms. And this is kind of where you're branching out. Okay. So as you're connecting or starting to connect with the earth by grounding yourself, you are rooting yourself to Mother Nature. Okay. You are absorbing the energy that Mother Nature is giving you. And you're welcoming in lightness, softness, awareness, and balance and peace. And as you breathe it in, you're soaking that up. Okay. It's going to say this in this exercise, but I'm just letting you guys know, just to rough draft it. And as you breathe out, you're getting out all the stress, all the toxicity, all the things that are just throwing you off your game. Is releasing itself. It's getting away from you. It's no longer a part of you anymore. You're breathing it in to connect. You're breathing out anything that's not helping you to connect and balance, okay? And it's going to be taking some time because you're going to slowly feel it as you're relaxing and connecting and clearing your mind. You're going to feel like this. You're going to feel rooted. You're going to feel a connection. It's not the similar as earthing, like when you go outside and you're barefooted and you kind of connect with the earth that way, but it may be a similar feeling to it. You're gonna feel some heaviness on your legs and your back and everything. Like as you're connecting and grounding with Mother Nature, you're gonna be feeling the heaviness of that energy. And it's gonna be kind of like it's gonna be visible. It's the best way I can explain it to you guys. So, all right, let's continue reading. All right. Hold and exhale, relaxing. Inhale, drinking up the earth's energy and bringing that energy into your legs up to your knees. Hold, then exhale, relaxing and releasing further. Inhale, drawing up the earth's energy, vitality, light, softness, and awareness. Again, this time up to your waist. Hold, then exhale, relax, release, inhale again, drawing up the earth's energy using your spinal column. So the back of your spine, right? That area right there. This time, up to your shoulders. Let it run down your arms to light up your hands. Hold, exhale, and relax. Inhale, drawing the energy up again, channeling through your spinal column, drawing up to your back, into your neck, and then your head. Feel the energy tickle across the scalp. Exhale. You are now connected to the pulse of the earth, and your energies are centered. You can release any excess or negative energy through your connection by running the energy down your body's energy currents into the earth and rejuvenating yourself by drinking up more energy as needed. Your body will feel very relaxed. Notice that your body, particularly the lower half of your waist down, feels heavy and dense. You are grounded and your energies are focused and centered for your work. The first couple of times, it may take you up to 10 minutes before you feel completely grounded and at ease. As you continue grounding over time, you will find that you can do this exercise less than a minute simply by breathing in the first focused and intentional breath. When reading for other people or psychically investigating energies of an object or place, you want to be sure that the information you receive is clear and unbiased. So you actually are judging this fairly. You're not just going over there because maybe you have something against a specific place or person, or maybe you like this person a little bit more. So, of course, you're going to try to be like, trying to find a way to maybe not hear what it's trying to tell you or what they're trying to tell you. Whoever may be guiding you guys. So, yeah, you want to be fair and just with your decisions, guys, not just based on what you feel for other people. The emotions of your client may be strong. They may be troubled, grieving, depressed, or frightened, and that is why they have contacted you to read it for them. You want to ensure that the psychic impression and information you are accessing are correct and not the results of the empathetic psychic connection you have with your clients. If you're reading the energy of a place like a deserted house, you want to make sure that you feel that the feeling you are processing. Let's rewind it. If you are reading the energy of a place that is deserted, like a deserted house, you want to be sure that the feeling you are getting are coming from the energy that resides there, not your own preconceptions preconceptions about the place. After you have grounded your energies and preparations for your work, it is time to create your shield to ensure this clarity and understanding of the psychic impression you are receiving. That is true. You're going to have a lot of people that will come to you for readings and things and advice. And some people, this will be their first time, okay? They'll be their first time getting their cards read or having a psychic or a witch or a person doing divination to look over for them. So naturally they're, a little scared because it's their first time. They don't know what to expect and they're thinking that they're going to go over there and get like some unholy omen or something. And you want to be able to reassure them, but at the same time you want to give them what they need. Because sometimes, like, here's the thing, I can't choose what my cards are going to say when I'm doing people's readings. I can't. Whatever comes out because it's something that the person needs to hear. So it's always important to give them honest readings, but be empathetic and kind. Try to be honest, but be gentle and kind, because some people are afraid. They're going over there because they think it's their last option, or they have nowhere else to go, or they just want counsel. And not everybody has gotten there. Not everybody's gone to a psychic or median or whoever and asked for guidance and things of that nature. So they're pretty fresh off of it. And you don't want to go over there and tell people sugarcoating things, because that's not going to help them. It's going to harm them a lot more. So if you have to be honest, be real, but try to focus your energy on what they need to hear. Don't try to go over there and absorb the energy that you're reading, because you're reading the cards, you're reading your scrying, you're reading the message that's being delivered, and you're also absorbing and reading the person's energy themselves as a singular person or a group, whatever it may be. You're absorbing a lot of things. You don't want to be taking in too much and not being able to understand what they need to hear or what you may need to hear. I know that's what they just said, but I'm just saying it. All right. As you physically open to the energies and begin to read, keep your emotions as clear. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's because I read all this for Instagram. Hold on. I'm sorry. I would pause it, but I have no idea how to pause these lives. All right. I'm done. So, when you are working with other people, their problems can be difficult to hear when they are particularly difficult and intense. Your job is to present the information to the person you are reading for for with clarity as you help your client person discover positive solutions to their problems. You will not be doing them a favor to simply tell them that everything is dire and send them on their way. Conversely, you will not be doing them any favors if you gloss lightly over the difficulties that they are facing. There are always solutions to problems, not always easy solutions, but solutions all the same. Since you know that by changing behavior patterns, emotional reactions, and ingrained thoughts and patterns, a person can and will change the future. You need to share that certainty with your clients and explore ways they can make the needed changes in order to solve the problems they are facing. All right, now we're entering the section of chapter 2 where we're going to be talking about creating sacred, serene, clear spaces for psychic work. All right? Okay. I will probably also just post some of this as well, because I want you guys to be able to have the exercises and things. But I know with my reading, it may not always be clear, because again, I mispronounce words. I get the letters jumbled, and sometimes my mind works a little too fast for me to catch up. So, I'm probably going to also post this one too. That way everybody has access to it. All right, are you ready, Buttercups? It's about to be a wild ride. creating sacred, serene, clear space for psychic work. In addition to being grounded, let me try to put this up. I don't know if y'all could ever hear me. It's going to be loud for you guys who have headphones and everything. Hold on. That. All right. Um, in addition to being grounded, centered, and shielded while you exercise your psychic talents, you will find that creating clean, clear energy space within a room prior to doing psychic work is a good way to receive clear information. When you create sacred space in a room, you are clearing the energy in the space, removing any muddy, unbalanced, or distracting energies that may be present. In addition, you are filling the room with neutral energy, cleansed of any extraneous vibrations that may be counterproductive or jarring to your work. Jarring, difficult, you know what I mean? Something that's just kind of like unpredictable and things of that nature, kind of just wild energy to to the work you are about to perform. By clearing, cleansing, and sealing a space for your psychic work, the energy is calmed and centered, allowing you to also be calm and centered. So you can interpret the information you are receiving accurately. In most traditions, a space is cleansed and focused by working with the energies in the shape of a circle. It is in a circular motion that energy moves naturally in our universe. Just as our planets are round, it also rotates in a circular motion each day and moves in circular motion around the sun. Having your note have you blah, blah, blah. Okay, have you noticed? My God. For those of you guys who listen to me read, bless your hearts, okay? And I know that in the South that's not a nice thing to say, but I mean it. Because I'm reading, but the struggle is real, man. Jesus. Thank you guys for being patient with me in this. I appreciate that. I do. Space is cleansed and focused by working with the energy. Yeah, I got it right. Okay. In the shape of a circle. We did that one. Ah, there we are. Have you noticed that when you let the water out of your bathtub, the water swirls in a circle as you move down the drain? As it moves down the drain, the circular movement is natural way that all energy, whether in physical or etheric form, moves. Okay. The creating of sacred space can be as complex or as simple as you want it to be. The main components, regardless of the way you choose to do it, are that you lay out the sides of your space, mark the perimeters, cleanse the interior, and take it down or release the energies at the end of at the end of your work. And if you are reading for difficult clients in different sessions, you will cleanse the space and set the energy between sessions as so that the concerns of a previous client will not be present to confuse your information as you read for another. If you did it, if this space that you are working in is quite large, you don't need to cleanse and purify the entire room. If you will simply be sitting at a table or desk while reposing in a chair while you read for a client or for yourself, you can just purify intimate, the immediate, okay, the immediate vin. Vicency. Venus. All right. We're going to learn words today, man. I'm telling y'all this. Donde? Where are you? Sweet Jesus, come on now, man. Help a kid out. Vis, vicinity. Vicinity. All right. I always wondered how that word was spelled. So, vicinity, creating an energy bubble that extends a few feet beyond yourself, your client, and the furniture. There may also be times when you want to actually read the energy of a room, building, or space. In this instance, you will create a bubble of cleared energy around yourself and your aura. So you can receive the energy impression of space, but still be centered, alert, and calm as you interpret the information you are receiving with clarity. All right, guys, we are going to be entering our exercise 13. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't read exercise 12, so let me read that for you, okay? I apologize. I knew there was something that I was missing. I mean, I thought I lost a few more marbles, but I guess not. Exercise 12, creating a preamble energy shield, okay? So we're going to exercise 12 before we get into 13. Fear not, I will be posting the exercises that we have read so far for you guys and also important sections, okay? So you guys can have that too and work on it and practice it without having to go back in time and try to find out where we're talking about it while we're reading. It makes it easy for you guys. All right, exercise 12, creating a permeable energy shield. Ground and center yourself with your breath. Begin drawing more earth energy up into your body. Expand your auric field, so your aura field, and fill your body with the energy of the earth. Radiate this energy, letting it extend outside of yourself, 2 or 4 feet in all directions, on all sides, as well as above and below you. See in your mind eye the interior perimeter of energy thicken slightly. It makes you look, it might look to your mind's eye like you're inside a slight, piano, man. Energy thickens slightly. It might look to your mind's eye like you are inside of an egg of light. Draw up a bit more energy with your focused breath and send it consciously to your diaphragm, your seat of vitality. Your seat of vitality. With this focused breath, set the shield and prepare to do your psychic work. By set the shield, I mean intentionally acknowledge that the shield is set firmly in place. You can do this by any type of signal to yourself. Clasping your hands, clasping. Tiano. You can do this by any type of signal to yourself. Clasping your hands, stomping a foot, stating verbally, the shield is set. Any signal that has meaning to you. This will finish the energy shielding process. Okay. I guess for me, I like to think of it like Okay, when I'm doing my grounding, right? And I kind of feel like I need something like just to block out everything. I like to have an image in my mind, but I also like to just have like be able to tell myself in it. Or if I'm gonna say something, I'll be like, blessed be in the name of the universe, or so might it be, or something like that. You can also use those. It's whatever that works for you guys. Okay. Now we're gonna go into now exercise 13. Okay? Okay. Exercise 13, simple space clearing technique. For the majority of psychic work you will be doing creating sacred space in a simple fashion is just fine. Begin by standing in the center of the space that you will be using while connecting your energies with those of the earth. Before we get into this one, I know that I'm saying a lot of things on the side. Because my business has been running for like a year and a half, I have learned through my ama and my mom, my aunt, who I call ama, is the Ugandan word for mom. Anyways, from both of them, that if you're going to have a space to do your work, please make sure that you stay in one place. They don't like being moved from one place to another because when I started it, I didn't really have a place of office. I kind of just read in the living room, in the guest room, in the laundry room. You know what I mean? In my bedroom, I moved around when I was doing my readings and videos. And my mom and my ama were like, yo, they don't really listen. The messages that you be getting, spirits and the higher power don't really like being moved so much. So try to find a place that you can. Let that be your sacred place. Now, if it's your bedroom, then fine, you can separate it or whatever. But if you can, try to find a place, like a place that you know that you can stay there. And that will be your place. That will be your sacred area where you do your readings, or you'll be your private place where you work. Because moving around a lot and kind of dragging people around, man, it can be annoying. I have to kind of think about it like if it was me in that position, right? Like if I was a spirit or an ancestor or a guardian angel or whatever it may be, and I'm giving messages to this person, I don't want to be moved all around, bro. Like pick a spot and stay there. It may not be for everyone. I'm just saying for me, I've learned that, hey, I finally now have a place, but I moved around a lot when I started this thing, especially during people's readings. I'd have to go to different places of the house and rooms and things of that nature. And it can be a little annoying. I'm being cute when I say a little, but it can be really irritating. So just letting you guys know. If you have no choice but to move around, I understand. But try to find a place that you can that's your place that you can do your thing in. It takes time. All right. Now we can get into exercise 13. I won't try to put so much commentary out there. Connect your energy with those of the earth just as you do in your grounding exercise. With steady, quiet breathing, draw up into your body the grounding, stabilizing energy of the earth, and then project this energy from your solar plex, diaphragm, throat, here. Enunciate it. While slowly turning in place clockwise. So this way, you're going to start turning your left. Until you have completed a circle around yourself. As you turn, visualize the energy flowing from you and in a band of light, and project it as far enough into into the space to give yourself plenty of room. After you have completed your psychic work, stand again in the center of the space. Turn slowly and release the energy that has formed the perimeter of your circle back into the earth. As earth, this is a very simple act that can perform anywhere you choose to open up psychically. Okay. All right, now we're going to exercise 14. Exercise 14, y'all are definitely going to need paper for this. You're going to need paper because there's things that you need to have. Worry not though, all the things here are really easy to obtain. So you don't have to go over there and like buy the grandest of the grand and the highest of the high. Nah, this is things y'all can find around the house. Rest easy. Exercise 14, formal space clearing technique. Okay. Use this ceremonial form. Use this ceremonial formal space clearing technique when you will be involved in very intense psychic work and plan to be in a deep trance. You will need 2 tables, 1 incense burner or essence stick, aromatic oil, charcoal, matches, bowl, a chalice. So a chalice, guys, think of it like a holy grail. You know those like fancy little cups that they used to have back in the medieval times, like those little wine cups. That's a chalice. Okay, it's a cup. It's like, think of it as a fancy wine glass kind of thing. It doesn't have to be fancy, but that's what it would look like. That's a chalice. It's a cup. Salt, water, 1 white candle. Psychic tools such as tarot cards, a pendulum, or a scrying mirror is optional. You will need 2 tables to organize your room, 1 at which you sit with your clients and 1 to hold your cleansing supplies, salt, water, and a bowl, as well as chalice and essence burner. Prepare to clear the space by assembling all of the necessary tools, your tarot cards, pendulums, scrying mirrors, or whatever psychic devices, if any, you are using that day, and an oil that you plan to utilize to open your psyche to information and impressions. Place these items on the table at which you and your client will sit on separate tables and place the essence. When it comes to the oils, though, guys, like the aromatic oils, and you want focus and clarity, right? Rosemary is really good for it. Mint is good. You can have for high energy lemongrass and orange. You can combine them together. I'll just probably put that kind of on the side of this live and things, just like advices. They're going to tell you which one works for you. My phone is kind of busted, so you guys are going to be seeing a lot of light here, light there, and funky things everywhere. So don't freak out if you think it's your phone, man. It's mine. My phone is busted. Anyways, place an essence, burner, charcoal, matches, sanctifying essence, such as frankincense or sage. Frankincense is really good. Okay, sage is great as well, but if you really want cleansing, you can also use frankincense and myrrh. You can combine those together. They clean out the room, they give out protection. The smell is earthy. I would say kind of like sort of cologne like, but it's a strong earthy kind of smell. It's nice though. It depends. Anywho, any odds and ends you want. Now place 1 white candle called the flame candle in the center of your cleansing supplies table and light it. Determine the orientation of the room, where its northern, southern, eastern, and western regions are. So while you're doing this, it's important for you guys to know which areas are north, south, east, and west. Okay, know your directions in the room. because that's going to come very important with this one. You're going to be tying the directions with the elements, and each tool that you have is going to represent the elements. And you're going to go around the room cleansing it and kind of asking for protections and things of that nature while you're doing it. It sounds like a lot, but like you can just read it one step at a time, and don't worry if you can't remember what I'm reading right now. I'm posting it on my channel where you guys can see it. Like it's going to be on post for YouTube, and you guys are going to have the exercise and just other things so you can look at it and also have it on hand. So don't freak out if you can't keep up with what I'm doing right now. It's going to be posted for you guys to see. So, all right. And then set the table where you will be doing your psychic work in the westernmost part of the room, if possible. West is the direction of the element water, the element of the subconscious mind, intuition, and emotion. Just prior to cleansing, place a lit just prior to cleansing, place a lit candle at the edge of your circle in the northern, east, south, and west to represent the elements of that direction. Hold a cotton picking second. My Texas is showing. All right. Prior to cleansing, place a lit candle, because you have a white candle, on the table, and is determined in the room where the northern, southern, and eastern regions are. Okay? I feel like the candle would be placed in the center, but all right. Place a lit candle at the edge of your circle in the northeast, south, and west represent the element of the direction or quarter. North relates to the element of earth. The element of earth, physical, the element of earth. The elements of the physical plane, manifestation, and grounding. East relates to the element of air, the element of the conscious mind, knowledge, and communication. South relates to the element of fire, the element of conscious will, life, vitality, so energy, and transformation. You will begin by going to the north or east quarter of your circle. So you can go to the north or the east, guys, when you're starting this. You will decide for yourself which quarter or direction you begin in. Some people who practice a nature-oriented spirituality begin in the north to honor the earth upon which we live. Others will follow other Western magical traditions and begin in the east, for it is there that the sun rises. Begin in whichever direction makes the most sense to you. So, north or east, guys, it's up to you. Stand there for a moment, slowly you're breathing and sensing energy raising up into your body from the core of the earth. When you feel calm, centered, and comfortably full of energy, simply raise the arm that you write with, your active side. Some of y'all are going to be right-handed, some of y'all are going to be left. I'm ambidextrous. I write with both hands, but the left hand is the one I'm more comfortable with. So either or, guys. It's just whichever hand you work with. Over your head, breathe in energy and gently drop your arms to the direction of the floor, sending the energy out of your hands as you create a perimeter of a circle, walking clockwise. Again, you're going to be walking this way. Okay. Excuse me. Next, go to your table where you have placed your cleansing tools and pour some spring or distilled water. So some fresh water, guys. It doesn't have to be Fiji. It's okay. Regular water is fine. If it's drinkable, it's good. Okay? Um, distill water into the chalice, so into your cup. Then add 3 or 4 pinches of salt with the element earth. For the element earth, walk to the north or the east, whichever you started when you drew out your circle, and sprinkles the salt water as you walk the perimeter of the circle completely, feeling the elements, feeling the elements of earth and water, cleansing the area and balancing it. If you wish to chant or say a prayer as you cleanse the circle, it can help you to concentrate and visualize the cleansing even better. You can. And I know that I shouldn't probably add this, but I'm just going to say if some of you guys are like Christians or you have a religion, right? You're religious and you do witchcraft and things, you can do both. Some of you guys may not know, or some of you guys do know. All right. You can be a Christian and a witch. You can combine those two things. That is fine. If saying a prayer helps, great. Me personally, I have my own little prayer that I like to go around and praying over my room when I'm doing cleansing and things of that nature. It just helps me feel like it's working and that there's a like, an extra added security and things. And it just kind of makes me feel like, okay, well, I've prayed over it. It's blessed. All right, this room is sanctified and clean. And it is blessed. It's blessed, darling. But yeah, you can do that. Don't feel ashamed. Go for it. All right. Help you concentrate, visualize, and cleansing even better. Return to the supplies table and light your charcoal in with your essence burner. With the light, with the white flame candle, let the charcoal ignite completely, and then drop a small amount of essence into it. This can be the essence you like to use for opening psychically or traditional cleansing essence such as frankincense or sage leaves. It can be rosemary, it can be mint. Y'all think that I'm being crazy. Rosemary is great for clarity, focus is good for protection. Cinnamon is good for protection, love. It is the element of fire. It ties into that. Mint is good for like shooing away negative energy. Welcoming and focus is good for money and abundance and good luck and things. You can use mirth. You can use Palo Santo, which is like sage. Sage is like, think of it as bleach. If you're going to sage a room, right? Think of it as bleaching your room. You're bleaching it all of like any energy and you're letting it be cleansed. A lot of people overuse sage. I am guilty of it. I do use sage from time to time when I have it on hand. I'm growing some right now. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know if it's grown. I think it did grow like in some parts of my pots and things. And then I also think I have like other hidden plants that have just kind of come into my pots. I don't know where they came from, but they're here. There's plants I don't even recognize that are really good for whatever reason, and they're there. But you can use supplements if you don't have sage and you don't have frankincense. You can use mirth, guys. Mirth helps. You can use Palo Santo, mint, lavender for calming and soothingness. You can pair it up with lavender and mint. You can pair it up with like lemongrass. It's good for high vibrations and positivity. Oranges is good for creativity and just having that kind of upbeat flow. You can use a lot of things. You can use supplements or whichever thing or smell or stuff that you like to have. You can use that as well. I know that's what they said in the book. You don't need me to go over there and verify it. I get it. But I'm just letting you guys know for some of you who may overthink and things. Don't worry. Don't worry. Now, go to the same place in the circle where you begin your cleansing in the north or east and gently waft the essence smoke into the circle as you walk in the perimeter. This is going to be weird as fuck. This is, right, the smoke. This is the wafting. You can go like this. It can be like that. You can also just kind of circle it if you want to and just go that way, or have it like this. Swinging it from side to side, or just having the smoke kind of air out a little bit helps. I think that's what they mean by wafts. Because if you have a waft of a smell, then you have like, it hits you kind of thing. So you just kind of want to spread it around and let it go into the circle as well as into your area for cleansing. All right. Now, the essence smoke in the circle as you walk in the perimeter again with your essence burner. This represents the elements of fire and air. Again, feel the element of air and fire cleansing the area and balancing it. Your sacred space is created, cleansed, and balanced now. It's time to begin your psychic work. When you have finished with this, with your reading and your client has departed, it is time to cleanse the energy that you have created. You created the perimeter of your circle. Go in the quarter in which you began, north or east, and either verbally or mentally thank the powers of that element for their balancing effects while extinguishing the light candle there. Do this at each quarter. And finally, they said one white candle, but I feel like there's more. Okay. Well, that's what they say. And either verbally or mentally thank the powers of that element for their balance effects. While extinguishing the light candle there, do this at each quarter, and finally extinguish the flame. Whew, sounds like a lot to go through, right? This formalized cleansing would be appropriate for deep trance work, past life work, or any type of intense work where you would be more or less in a very altered state of alpha consciousness for the duration of the experience. All right, guys, that concludes chapter 2. Thank you guys for being so patient with me while I'm reading. If you like what I do and you like Mirakuma Healing and Dark Minds and Butterflies, Barar, and things of that nature, please hit that subscribe button and follow me for more. On the next live we're going to read about chapter 3, okay? And I will also be posting pictures of the exercises and things, so you all also have it on hand. All right. Always remember, guys, to slay the day, be happy and be gay. Stay safe, and you got this. Peace out. Bye.